What is up, YouTubers and survival horror fans? We are back with Path to Platinum, The Evil Within. Now, I've been dying to do a Path to Platinum on this game. I fucking love this game so much. So, ever since the day I bought it, I fell in love with this game. This is one of the best games in general, let alone survival horror games that I've played in a long time. It's one of my personal favorites. It's quickly rose to the top of my ranks on one of my favorite games ever made, and I absolutely love this game. So I'm going to show you guys how to get every single trophy in the game. Now, that is excluding some things, which I will point out right now. I never cover any story-based trophies, so that means So that means trophies you get for beating the game or just completing or progressing through the story. So you'll just get them on your own just for beating the game. I don't need to tell you how to get them. And second type of trophies I won't be telling you to get is stuff like unlocking, or rather upgrading all abilities and fully upgrading guns, stuff like that. That's very straightforward. You can figure that out on your own. But one trophy that I will not be covering in this game is, or actually there's two trophies, getting all the collectibles and getting all the keys for opening all the lockers. Now, the reason why I'm not going to be covering these two is because I am doing that in a separate video. If you guys want to check out all the locations for every key and every collectible, bam, there's the link. Go ahead and click that. Watch my walkthrough of Akumu mode, and which is also helpful and very related to this video. If you guys want those trophies, check that out. It's really important, and I'd appreciate it. But other than that, we're going to be covering all the optional trophies in this video. So, without further ado, I'm going to shut the fuck up, and you guys are going to figure out how to get some goddamn trophies. Let's fucking do this. So the first trophy we're going to be covering today is called Blow Up the Playing Field. And basically, what you have to do is you have to use a secret explosive weapon to kill 10 enemies. The Agony Crossbow's explosive bolts don't count. Now, what the game's referring to is the rocket launcher. And you can unlock the rocket launcher by beating the game on survival difficulty. Once you have it, I recommend you go to Chapter 2, get to the end of the level, and at the end of the level, enemies infinitely spawn. It's right before you cross the bridge to end the chapter. And if you just wait around in this area, you can run around and kill enemies galore all you like because they keep spawning. And you can easily kill 10 of them. So, it's pretty straightforward. And, have fun blowing shit up. Oh, I forgot to mention one thing you guys should keep in mind regarding this trophy. When you use the rocket launcher, Sebastian automatically goes into this crouching, immobile stance. You can't move when you're aiming with the rocket launcher. So, be very mindful of that. Don't put yourself in harm's way. Try to keep some distance between you and your enemies before you shoot it, and just be mindful of that, because it can get pretty annoying every time Sebastian has to crouch down and you're forced into this animation and you can't, defend yourself properly. So, keep that in mind. So the next trophy we're going to be covering is called Full House. And now this trophy can get a little bit complicated. So, this trophy's been known to glitch. I've heard of it glitching for people. Hasn't happened to me yet because I haven't fully completed the trophy yet myself. So I don't know if it's going to glitch for me or not. But it has been known, and so that's up in the air. Now, to get this trophy, I highly recommend using the Fighting Chance pack. It makes this trophy a lot easier, because you get two new bolts. One is the Flame Bolt, and the other is the Poison Bolt. Both of them are, very powerful bolts. They're like insta-kills on the normal enemies. And it makes it really easy, especially because you can substitute those two bolts instead of the Lightning Bolt and the Flash Bolt. The reason why you'd want to sub them in for those two bolts is because those two bolts don't actually deal damage. They set enemies up to be killed, and then you have to kill them with something else in order for it to count towards the trophy. Stealth kills don't count when you use a flashbang on an enemy. You can't flash run up and stab them. Apparently that doesn't work. I read up on this. It's very weird, and it's another reason why you should use the fighting chance pack for this trophy, because it's just unnecessarily complicated. But to get kills with the lightning and the flashbang, you need to use the bolt on an enemy and then kill them with another weapon or something. So that's how you get those bolts kills. And for this trophy, all you need to do is kill 5 enemies with 5 different types of bolts. So that means you need 5 kills with the explosive bolts, 5 kills with the freezing bolts, etc., etc. You need 5 kills with 5 different bolts each. And the best area to do this, again, is at the end of Chapter 2, because enemies are unlimited spawn, and it works out perfectly. So it's a bit of it takes a bit of effort, but it's definitely doable. So the next one is called Silent Kill. Now this trophy for sure is glitched, because it glitched for me. I've done this trophy several times and it just won't pop for some reason, which is pretty annoying, which means we're going to have to wait for a patch or something in order for it to fix itself. This actually happened to me when I played The Last of Us. The trophy was glitched to get all collectibles. I knew I had them all, but it didn't pop, and it was really weird. I had to stop playing for months. It totally sucked, and now is going to be the same case for me, but whatever. So, I'll still show you how to do the trophy, because I know I've done it for sure, and there's actually 2 ways to do it, apparently. I've read up on this. One is that, apparently, you can, if you hit a checkpoint right before you come up to an enemy, perfect example of this is right near the start of Chapter 2, the first enemy you come up to after Connolly. It's the one Leslie runs by and you're able to stealth kill him. It's when it tutorials you to stealth kill him. Apparently you could kill him, load up your autosave, and then do it again 5 times, and apparently that works. But, I don't know, because it glitched for me. So, apparently it works. People say it works. But if you don't want to do it that way, there is an alternate way. You can actually do it, like, legitimately instead of loading up your autosave. And you could do it in the exact same spot. From the second enemy in Chapter 2, you could kill him, you could stealth kill the next 2 enemies, and then you could stealth kill 2 enemies right at the start of the village when you're nearing the end of Chapter 2. And here's an easy way of how to kill all 5 of them. It's really not that hard, as long as you stay out of their sight. Again, I recommend doing this on survival, because, casual, because enemies can't see fuck all on casual. You could walk right up behind enemies, literally, and if they're not looking your way, they won't hear you. It's crazy. It's crazy easy, and that's how you do it. So, good luck with that one, guys. Hope it doesn't glitch for you. Otherwise, you're gonna have to wait along with me. I'll be covering 3 trophies at once really quickly. They're called And the Corpses Mount, Crimson PD Fury, and One Man Army. Basically, you have to kill 400 enemies. All the trophies are a different amount of enemies. The first one's kill 30, the second one's kill 200, the last one's kill 400. Essentially kill 400 and you got them all. Now, I don't have any footage for this, because it's incredibly straightforward, and I'm not going to record myself killing 400 enemies. But what I will do is show you me absolutely wrecking these little shits. Now do that 400 times. This can be done just by playing the game in one playthrough. You will kill 400 before you reach the end of the game. Do it. And for our next trophy, we are going to be covering Ammo Conservationist. And all you gotta do is kill 25 enemies with melee attacks. So you just gotta make sure you kill them with melee. And it's pretty straightforward, pretty easy. If you don't upgrade your melee attacks, it can be pretty time consuming and take a long time. If you want, you could just wait till you beat Nightmare Mode and you can unlock the Brass Knuckles, or fully upgrade your physical attacks, which you can do long before Nightmare Mode. And just fucking beat the living shit out of 25 enemies until you get it. It's really easy. I got it on my first run through. I got it before I even beat the game. And it's simple. So go for it. Now this next trophy, apparently this one can glitch too, but it didn't glitch for me. I've never seen it happen, but just be aware that apparently it's a thing. I didn't know this, but I looked into it, and that's what I found out. Now this trophy actually isn't as simple as one would think, but it's a little bit tricky, but it's still very doable. A lot of people could probably do it. What you gotta do is you gotta take a bottle and you gotta hit an enemy with it and then shank him. Now, the only way to put the enemy into the shankable position is by hitting him in the head. You gotta hit him in the head with the bottle, otherwise it doesn't work. And that's the only way I know how to do it. There might be another way, because I haven't fully tested its limits. You might be able to hit someone with it if you're stealth and they don't know you're around, and then it might still work. But I don't know. This is the way I got it, and this is the way I know how to do it. So, hit an enemy in the bottle with, hit an enemy in the face with a bottle. Walk up to him, make sure you're crouching, press X, bam, done. Drop it like it's hot. I fucking love the name of this trophy. When I first looked through the trophy list of this game and I saw that, I legitimately cracked up laughing when I saw that. That is awesome. That is a great name. It's very suitable. Anyways, this trophy is probably the most difficult one to perform out of all the optional kill trophies. So, now, there's no real way to get this trophy. You need to have the opportunity be given to you. You could try your best. I can offer a few tips, but honestly, you just gotta have the opportunity present itself, and you gotta be ready to fucking jump at it. So here's my tip on how to get this trophy. What you need to do is you need to be fighting a group of enemies, preferably 3 or more. Because you need to kill 3 in order to get this trophy. And I find the best weapon to set yourself up for this scenario is the shotgun. You need to sort of have 3 enemies get all close up to each other. And you need to shotgun them and have them all fall down. Now, this can be a tricky thing to do. What if your shotgun's too upgraded? What if it's too powerful? What if it one-shots the enemies? In that case, you'd have to higher the difficulty, and in doing so, you'd be making it harder for the trophy to present itself. So it's actually kind of a difficult trophy to get to occur, but you just try your best, guys. Bear with me. Have 3 enemies line up, have them really close, shotgun, knock them all down, they all gotta survive that shot, and then quickly, as fast as you can, run up, drop a match, and all the bodies should be close enough together that they'll all burn at the same time. And that's how you get the trophy. So good luck with that one, guys. It wasn't easy. Now we move on to the chapter-specific trophies. Every chapter except chapter 1, 9, 11, 13, and 15 have a trophy that you can earn in the level. And the first one is in Chapter 2, and it's called Alla Corvo. Now, this trophy starts after Connolly. Basically, the trophy says you have to get through the village in Chapter 2 without getting into a fight. So you can't kill anybody, essentially. Now, this trophy counts. It officially starts after you kill Connolly. Connolly is the first enemy in the level, and you have to kill him. So he doesn't count. You can kill him, do whatever. It only starts after you hit the second save point in the level. So once you run into the enemies officially after Connolly, all you're going to want to do is just run past them all until you get to the very far end of the village where the crank is to open the gate. Now, the second you touch this crank, 2 enemies that are laying down in front of the gate are going to get up, and this is where things get tricky. What you're going to want to do is run back through the village and sort of lead them away from the gate. I had a bit of trouble with this. I struggled a bit. One of the enemies followed me, one of them didn't, and it got a little complicated. I actually am not sure if enemies killing themselves on traps affects the trophy in any way, because technically that's not you killing them, but I don't know if that will screw you over, so just be careful. Lucky for me, when the enemy hit the trap, he didn't die. So, yeah, you guys might want to check into that, but I'm not sure. And if the enemies are giving you too much of a problem and you can't get them a significant distance away from the gate, what you can do is on New Game Plus fully upgrade your flashbang bolts and flash them, and if your duration time is fully upgraded, they should be stunned for more than enough time for you to quickly get the gate open as fast as you can, and the second you walk through that door, the trophy dings. So, recommended to do this on New Game Plus. Good luck, guys. Now, the next one is in Chapter 3, and it's called Knife Beats Chainsaw. Now, for this trophy, there's a little bit of math involved, so I'm going to get a little technical on you guys here. Now, in order to knife the chainsaw guy, you got to flashbang him in the fucking face, sneak up behind him, and then do a crouching stab animation, just like after you throw a bottle at an enemy. And you got to make sure it kills him. Now, for me to get the exact amount of damage I needed, my shotgun is fully upgraded, and I was playing on casual difficulty, so the easiest mode, and I had a fully upgraded shotgun and firepower. So, in this fight, I shot him 3 times, and then I thought that was enough damage, so I flashbanged him and knifed him. Now, this wasn't enough to kill him, but I just did it again, and then the second one killed him. So, I did 3 shotgun shells and 2 knives. Just judge the damage for yourself. Try not to overdo it, because the worst thing to happen would be to kill him with your guns before you even get the chance to knife him. So just be careful with how many bullets you pump into him before you decide to go for the knife. Just make sure you kill him with the knife. Keep knifing him if you have to, and it's fairly easy, although very intimidating. Now, the next trophy is in Chapter 4, and I don't get this one. This one doesn't even seem optional to me, but apparently it is, which is, it is lost on me. I don't get it. But anyway, it's at the beginning of Chapter 4. All you gotta do is just go into this house, and he's right on the first floor. Just walk into the room, and you're gonna run into the doctor's brother. Now, I don't know who in the right mind would see this guy and not want to instantaneously blow his fucking brains out. Like, when I got this trophy, it was completely, like, by accident. I didn't even realize that I had done something optional. I was like, the fuck? You can miss this? I don't get how. Like, who in the right mind would go in these not search these houses, find him, and not kill him? That is just lost on me. But anyway, that's all you gotta do. Just find this guy and fucking murder him. That's it. That easy. It's pretty damn fun, though.
How could he have done that to Valerio? Out of ammo.
Alright, next up we have not part of the job description. Now, this trophy is one of the more difficult ones in the game, I found. I actually had to attempt this several times before I got it. Now, with this trophy, you can't be stingy on your shit. And what I mean by that is, like, you gotta use anything and everything at your disposal as fast as you can in order to keep Joseph from fucking getting hit. I totally forgot what to even describe this trophy to you guys. So for this trophy, you gotta do this entire fight with Kidman in the tank, Joseph can't get hit. He can't take any damage, and you gotta do this whole fight, this whole segment, without him taking any damage. So, like I said, you can't be stingy on your ammo, and I recommend doing this on New Game Plus for that reason. Also on casual, obviously, because when you're going on your first time through the game, I know it would bug the shit out of me personally if I had to spend every fucking shotgun round I had just to keep enemies off of Joseph. Like, when I did this part on my first playthrough, I was like, fuck Joseph, he can take care of himself. Although if he dies, you game over. But, you know, him taking some damage, him being a meat shield, is very helpful in conserving ammo on your first time around through the game. So, I wouldn't worry about this until New Game Plus, like I said. And I find the most difficult part of this trophy is right at the start, because all these enemies are fucking bum rushing Joseph immediately, and you gotta, like, as you can see, I started this fight by chucking a fucking grenade across the room. I got downstairs as fast as possible. I even took a shortcut, and then enemies start busting out of the gates like almost immediately, and just whip out your shotgun and start blowing them all away, because that is how you have to keep him safe. Now, once you get past that first rush of enemies, once you get past the first wave, it gets a lot easier. Like, mainly the hardest part is right as soon as you start this fight. It gets a lot easier. Joseph tends to really keep his distance from the enemies on his own. You don't have to worry about him too much, and he'll keep shooting people. So the enemies will keep staggering, and chances are you'll be able to take everyone out before anyone gets even near him. But after the first wave, what you're really worried about is the dynamite guys, because those guys can chuck those fucking things across the entire room, and they're deadly. So take them out quickly, whether that means knocking them down, shooting them in the head, and then keep in mind, their dynamite will go off no matter what. Even if you kill them, it'll still go off, so get the fuck away from them. And don't kill them near Joseph, obviously. So, yeah, just use everything at your disposal. The crossbow and the shotgun are probably the most useful weapons at this point. And even a couple grenades wouldn't hurt. And that's how I did this fight. So, good luck with that one, guys. Also, do not be afraid after you finish this fight. You're going to have to save Kidman right after the fight's over. Joseph's going to tell you to follow the cables, and you're going to have to go into this jail cell room. The trophy doesn't pop until after you save her, and then the cutscene rolls where they fall through the floor. The trophy doesn't ding until that point. So if you notice Joseph didn't take any damage, and then you finish the fight and you're like, what the fuck, where's my trophy? You gotta, like, do a bit more before it actually pops. So just be aware of that. Now, the next one is called Everybody Gets One. Now, this trophy can be a little bit annoying. This one also took me a couple tries. It's not hard in any sense, but it definitely can be annoying because the AI Joseph can be quite stupid at times. So, bear with me, but here's the general idea. So, what you're going to want to do is come this way onto the right side of the level. Take care of the enemies. Joseph can do most of that for you. His axe, like, one-shots people most of the time. Take out this guy over here who's constantly throwing shit at you because he's just going to get annoying. And what you're going to want to do is hug this wall. And it's very important that you hug this wall. Don't let Joseph get behind this wall, because the second he does, he's gonna fucking stay there. He's gonna live there for the rest of his life. I've had it happen a couple times. It's incredibly annoying, and there's like no way to get him off. But basically what you're gonna want to do is sit there and wait. Just crouch in the corner and let Joseph do it automatically. He's gonna stand next to you, and the enemy that's patrolling the bridge up ahead, he's just slowly walking back and forth. When he comes closest to you, Joseph will automatically detect him and want to fight him, and he's going to run up and hit him, and for some reason this automatically knocks Joseph off the edge, like, instantly. As you can see, it looks really derpy and funny, but yeah, if Joseph hugs the wall, you're fucked and you might as well restart. Otherwise, just wait there until he does this on his own, and it's pretty easy, but it can get annoying. So, good luck with that one, guys. So the next one's called I Don't Have Time for This. Now, Obviously, I recommend doing this one on casual difficulty as well. And recommended weapon, you're going to need the sniper and the agony crossbow. The sniper, 2 shots the keeper, both on casual and on survival. Like, just 2 bullets and he's dead. And in the first time you see him in the first room, you have to kill him. But you can't kill him in the second room. When you get up to this point, you have enough time to turn that valve right before he can hit you, so you could just run up and do it, and then run into the next room. Don't fight him. Once you get into this room, just get to work on the next valve, and then he's going to spawn his way in. And again, the sniper 2 shots him, but try not to shoot him while he's spawning, because just wait till he's fully spawned and stood up, because you might waste a shot. Like here, I accidentally used 3 shots on him because I shot him too early, which sucks, but yeah, that's the second time you kill him. You're only allowed to kill him twice, though. That's the last time you're killing him. So now, for the rest, you just run to the next valve. You're going to see him break it. Now, you're going to need to go run into one of the previous rooms and pick up a new one, which is right there. And now you need your crossbow. So at this point, you want to freeze him. It's great to have a fully upgraded freeze bolt so that he just stays frozen for fucking ever. And then you run back to the valve where he destroyed it. You could pop in the new one and do it way more than enough time than he has to unthaw and get to you. And then you just book it to the end. From here on out, you're pretty much done. All you got to do is turn one more lever, which Sebastian does for you in a cutscene. Although he's going to attack you one last time with this cheap knockoff trick right here. And then you just shake him off. And there, you're fucking done after that. And then you just run to the exit and the trophy will pop. And that's that. So, good luck with that one, guys. So the next trophy's in Chapter 8, and it's called Item Management. Now, what you need to do for this trophy is get through the level without fighting anybody. You can't shoot a gun. You're not allowed to shoot a gun. If you shoot any of your guns, you fail. So, just don't fight. Now, the main challenge in this trophy is the beginning. These 2 fucktards, you have to get them out of that room and slowly back into the room you were already in, and you're going to have all these guys cram up in the fucking hallway like this while you're trying to get out. So you're probably going to take some damage, and you got to do it slowly, because if you just book it out of the room, they won't follow you. You'll lose aggro on them. So you got to make sure, I think that's 5 guys that are following you. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 5. And then once you have all 5 out there, you can run all the way back and start working on the crank. The crank takes fucking forever, but you should have enough time if you led them far enough away. There's only 2 other points in this whole level you're going to need to worry about. The next crank, you're going to have all these little fucking things fall from the ceiling. Don't even worry about them. Just keep cranking, because they don't hit you while you're on it, as you can see. And then you can just run through. And then shortly after that, there's a couple more enemies in this room. Just bolt past them, and smooth sailing from here on out. There's no more enemies. And the next trophy is called Bathed in Flames. Now, I really don't recommend doing this trophy unless you're on New Game Plus. It is extremely hard without the rocket launcher. Basically, what you have to do is you have to kill Laura at the end segment, which is in the next room here. And you have to kill her without using an upgraded gun. So, if you were to do this on the first playthrough, it would be really hard and annoying. Now, what you're going to want to do is every time she spawns like this, burn the body right as she gets there. And you're going to want to shoot that bomb right there because it's incredibly annoying because it's right next to one of the bodies. It'll probably detonate when you're trying to do this. And just keep burning the bodies as she spawns. And as I was saying about unupgraded weapons, you really are going to want to use the rocket launcher, which you unlock for beating the game. And it's an unupgraded weapon, and it does a shit ton of damage. So it's your ideal weapon of choice. And just come back to this level on casual, because on casual, Laura is a lot fucking slower. She doesn't race after you like she does in the other difficulties. And then the main idea is to just keep rocket launchering her. Stay as far away from her as you possibly can, and make sure all your hits are direct hits. You barely have enough time to reload the rocket launcher right before she gets to you in the intervals of each shot. So just shoot her once, reload, get up and run away and do it again. Like, make sure you're always keeping your distance, because she's a one-shot. She'll just grab you and kill you instantly. So after you burn those 3 bodies, just keep rinse and repeating that strategy. Eventually she will die. It does not take a lot of shots, as you can see. Bam. That's it. She's done. Trophy ding, and you get some cool collectibles before you hit the elevator. So that's that one. And the next one is not a scratch honor. Now this trophy seems easy, but it is such a fucking pain in the ass. I had to do this one so many times. For some reason, I kept doing it, and it just wouldn't pop. Like, apparently I was hitting someone, but it never seemed like I was. And what's really annoying is, if you don't get the trophy will pop at the cutscene at the end of the sequence. Oh, and basically what you're doing is, you're not allowed to hit any of the zombies in the driving sequence, so you can't hit any zombies. But if you do, you won't get the trophy, and you gotta turn off the game, because the second the cutscene ends, it's gonna autosave on the next chapter, and then you'll have to do the entire chapter 12 all over again. And it's incredibly annoying, so you need to turn off your game, go back in, load up your autosave, and then you gotta get back to the bus from the fucking ambulance. And it's really annoying, so don't fuck this trophy up. But in practice, this trophy is pretty easy, but if you do fuck it up, it's incredibly annoying. You'll have to go through a lot of trouble just to get back to where you were. So that's that one, guys. Don't hit any fucking zombies while you're on the road, and just do your best. And the last trophy we're covering is entry-level electrician, and this is in chapter 14. Now, I really don't understand this trophy, so I'm going to show you guys where the first two conductors are, but you have to get them in order to advance the story. So I don't get the point of this trophy. Like, it is so insanely easy. I got this one without even trying. I didn't even know what you were supposed to do, and I ended up getting it just by fucking around in the game. So, once you get the first two conductors, again, which you have to get in order to advance, the last one is right next to the junction box. So, you just walk a few steps over, you get it, and then you just pop them all in, and bam, you're done. That's the trophy. This trophy makes no sense to me. It's a lot like the hospice one. How can you miss this? It seems impossible, and it's incredibly easy. So, I don't really get it. Now, don't forget, when you actually start up the generator, after the boss fight, all the rooms, there's a door right next to the junction box that's locked, and it's going to open. It has a bunch of goodies in it, and also to the far right, this gelatin crap is going to evaporate because the electricity is going to turn on, and then there's a key in there and some more goodies. So don't forget all the good stuff. That's the last trophy, so it's really fucking easy. And that is every trophy in The Evil Within. I hope you guys enjoyed the Path to Platinum. I really hope it helped you out, get all the trophies that you were missing or had trouble with. And you'll notice I didn't cover the Quick and the Dead, and it is what it is. Those are 2 gold trophies for 2 different playthroughs. One is to beat the game in under 5 hours, and the other is to beat the game without upgrading any skills. I didn't cover those because if you can beat a Kumu mode, you can beat those modes. It's really not that hard. If you need any tips, you can look them up. It's very straightforward. Either you could do it or you can't. I don't really need to tell you guys anything. Unless you guys want to request me doing a playthrough on those, then sure, I'll consider it. But unless it gets highly demanded, I'm not going to even bother. It's very straightforward. But I am doing a playthrough on a Kumu mode, which is without a doubt the hardest difficulty, and I'm showing where every collectible is. So if you guys want those trophies as well, again, check out my guide. There it is. I've been working on it. Now that my Path to Platinum's done, I'm going to put a lot more time into that. And if you guys have any questions regarding The Evil Within, any requests, whatever, I absolutely love this game, and I think I'd be willing to do almost anything for you guys regarding this game. So let me know. Again, thank you guys for watching, and I appreciate all the support. I will see you guys in my next video.